Okay, so today what we're going to be working on is finding the minimum number of absences, the maximum number of absences, and the average number of absences. Now we are going to go ahead and put this data right here in G2, G3, and G4. So I've already kind of done some pre-work here. Once I go ahead and I have found these percentages, I'm going to want them at a 2 decimal place. So if you are not familiar with Excel, the way that you find G2, G3, and G4 is based on the column letter right up here, and then the row number. So here, G2, I would find G, row 2, and this is where I'm going to go ahead and put my minimum. Now, if you aren't familiar with how to find the minimum, maximum, average, sum, let me introduce you to the function tool. So the function tool right here is abbreviated by FX. Once you click this menu will go ahead and open up, and it'll give you so many different functions and things that you'd be able to go ahead and use to figure out either maximum, minimum, sum, count, so many different things that you can go ahead and do. If, let's just say mine, I've used these recently, so mine, this is like my most used drop-down menu. If you are looking for something and it is not there, all you have to do is click in this little box up here. So the first thing I'm going to be looking for is minimum. So I would just type minimum or min, push go, and it'll bring it right up here to the top. I'm going to push OK. This right here, as you can see, my screen has changed. This has prepared this cell for this, this feature. So minimum, the minimum number. I am looking in the absence column, so which is column D. So I'm going to go ahead and click right where the numbers begin, and I'm going to hold down and drag it all the way to the bottom of this same column. As you can see in where the function arrangements are, you see that number increasing. So here I've reached the bottom, D171. Here it'll tell you, once you have let go of your mouse, it'll tell you what cells you have selected. Once you push, you have everything that you need, you push OK, and you have now figured out the minimum number of absences for this column. Now, 2 decimal places. Sometimes this does not always start off with 2. So if it starts off, for example, maybe with 1, all you would have to do is find these 2 little buttons right over here. If I put my cursor over them, you see increase decimal. I could push it multiple number of times, or I can go ahead and decrease. So I am only needing 2, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it just like that. For the maximum, I'm going to do the same thing. Function tool, max is right here. I'm going to push OK. I'm going to click and hold and then drag all the way to the bottom. I have everything selected. As you can see, it has like a green outline. It's outlined and it's different from the other columns. I have 2 decimal places. So I'm going to click and now G4. I'm going to click my function tool, average. I'm going to select OK. Click from the very, very top. Select all the way to the bottom. And then push OK. Now for this task, I have 2 decimal places, 2 decimal places, and 2 decimal places. I have done this in G2, 3, and 4, and I have found the minimum, maximum, and average.